Hello, this is Haley Barberitz again with my logo for the Green Bean Cafe. Now, before everyone gets too impressed, I actually have already had this made, and this may be cheating, but I figured if I already put in the money to get a graphic designer to do it, then I should go ahead and do it. So I want to talk just a little bit about the process that I went through whenever I was making up this logo. I met with the graphic designer and so what I did was I kind of told him what I wanted to communicate to my customers. I wanted my logo to be simple. Um, I wanted it to be somewhat a rectangular shape so that it would be easier to put on any kind of signage. I wanted it to communicate health. And of course, I wanted to have the name on it. And I also planned on having coffee. So somehow I wanted him to incorporate all of this together. After I told him what I wanted, he actually gave me a few different options. He made a few different logos for me, in which I definitely picked this one. One was kind of like in cursive writing. I mean, it looked good, but it wasn't really what I was going for. Our meeting actually lasted about an hour as I went through the thought process of what I wanted this to look like. So I worked with a really talented graphic designer, and I don't know how he read my mind about what I actually wanted, but I feel like he communicated what I told him very well through this logo that he made. So kind of going through the meaning of these things. This is kind of some stuff that I talked about with the graphic designer whenever we had the meeting. So first of all, the colors of the Green Bean Cafe logo. I wanted it to be green and brown because obviously it's a Green Bean Cafe. Um, the colors of green and brown make me think of something that's earthy. I wanted it to look nice. I'm really not a fan of the color brown, but being how the inside of my restaurant is going to look, I feel like it would match very well. Um, I also wanted the green to represent health. We tend to associate green with health and environment, and also wholesomeness, just being connected to the earth again, right back into the earthy tones right here. The image right here, this is actually the only part that is in my Facebook page for the Green Bean Cafe. So what I wanted the imagery to be is I wanted it to communicate that it is a restaurant to come eat at, but we also have coffee. Okay, so you see here, the graphic designer incorporated some coffee beans as well as a leaf, which represents health, and that I have vegetables on my menu. And they're probably, by just looking at this, not going to come in my restaurant for a hamburger. So I feel like that is communicated really well just through this image right here. Also, the cup. So not only does the cup represent coffee, but you see that the cup is full. So I would also take that as filling one's own cup, taking care of health and basic physical needs, and that you can get that at the Green Bean Cafe through filling your body with these nourishing foods. As I mentioned before, I had communicated that I wanted the image to be simple. So I think everyone would agree that this is a pretty simple logo. There's not too much to look at. It's not very distracting. By making it simple, I kind of wanted it to communicate, of course, some simplicity, but with that simplicity, I wanted to communicate that you're going to get that with the food. So basically, we're taking it back to the roots. I don't know if anyone's familiar with the paleo diet, but it's I wanted to communicate something similar to that, as if we are going back into a time where we aren't eating things with added sugar or preservatives. So just simple like leaves and meat. And so I wanted that to be communicated with the simplicity here. If there was too much going on, then I think that would have misrepresented what is being served at this restaurant. Lastly, I have the company name here. So whenever I actually thought of the company name, I thought that the green bean was really cute. And whenever they first started working on my building, it was an ugly cream and green color. And I absolutely hate green. And so it's kind of funny because I'm actually painting my building blue. I kind of want it to mimic some older buildings in the Savannah, Georgia area that I absolutely love. And it kind of has a sort of look to it anyways. But so everyone's wondering if it's a green bean cafe, why aren't you painting it green? I think it's kind of ironic in that fact. But so the green bean cafe, taking green beans, of course, that is a vegetable and it sounds really cute and flows very well. And then cafe. So the cafe part, cafe actually is a place where light meals and drinks are served, which is exactly what someone is going to get at the Green Bean Cafe. Initially, I was thinking more toward that the Green Bean Cafe. When you think of a cafe, it's not open all day. Um, and it's normally just like breakfast and lunch. Well, it seems like through some market research that I've done and interviewing customers that I could very well have a demand to be open all day, which I will just have to figure that out whenever it actually opens and test out some hours. But that was actually one of the reasons I picked cafe, but it doesn't seem to hold true now, which is totally fine because it's not, a cafe is not defined that way anyway. But I just wanted people to get that idea. But if it makes more money for me to have it open all day, then so be it. It's not a big deal. Anyway, I hope if you don't have a logo for your company already, that you learned something through my process. If you do need someone that, if you like this logo and you'd like to work with the graphic designer that I worked with, I'm sure he would be more than happy to work with you, and I would be more than happy to share that information with you as well. He's a true visionary. He can communicate words into images very well. So anyway, that was my logo for the Green Bean Cafe. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.